I just wanted to give you guys like my insight to politics, right? I feel like I have a diverse viewpoint on politics because I've now spent time on both sides of the aisle. Growing up, most of my life, all the way until like my late 20s, I was a Democrat, right? First time I voted was for Barack Obama, right? And so I've always followed the Democratic Party's viewpoints on life, right? Um, and was in favor of their party because they seem like they care a lot, right? It was when I got into my later 20s when I started to learn and understand more about capitalism that I started to change my viewpoints, as well as some things that I heard the president say at the time. Made me jump ship to the Republican side. And I did that for, what was that? I guess it would be the Donald Trump, right? So I originally switched over to the Republican Party the first time Trump was going into office, but I wasn't voting for Trump originally. I originally was looking at Ted Cruz. I thought Ted Cruz was a smart guy. He sounded like he had a good idea of what was going on in America, and he was all about the jobs. And for me, at that time, this was like it was like 28, 29 or so, right? So this was like 15 years ago, and it was a very turning, interesting point because like it was the first time I hit the streets, right? Sleeping on the streets. And so I was looking for jobs and was struggling. And it was Barack Obama, as he was ending his term, talking about how a lot of the jobs that had left America because of the high taxes were never coming back, and that someone would need a magic wand to make these jobs come back to America. And so when I heard that, I just like, man, that's a terrible thing to say for people who are struggling. And it's just like the victimization hood. It seemed like for the Democratic Party, it's a lot of victimization and relying on them, right? And I was able to see that through viewing it through the other side's lenses in their eyes, right? So as a Republican, right, I started seeing some of the criticisms that the Democrats were faced against, and I thought that they were kind of true to an extent, but because these politicians are politicians, I found some of the Republicans to be jackasses as well, right? So I don't consider myself a Republican. I have to consider myself a conservative because the only reason why I'm on that side is because I'm for more me, less government. And that's the only thing that makes me have a stance in politics is the fact that I'm for me. I want to be able to create my own wealth and my own opportunities. I don't want to have to rely on the government to pass something to allow me to live a certain way, especially after watching the Hunger Games series and even earlier than that, the Star Wars series, right? So